Hello and welcome to the Crochet Business School podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Thomas, and I'm going to help you to make your crochet dreams a reality stitch by stitch and show you how you can create a successful and profitable business using your crochet, keeping a flexible lifestyle so you don't have to sacrifice too much time with your family. So let's talk about the changes in social media, because not too long ago it used to be that to get anywhere on social media you had to be social. It's all in the name. Hosting your own content wasn't enough. You also had to go and interact with other people's content. You could also get penalized by the algorithm for posting too much. You could get mistaken for a spam bot just by posting too much, and then your post would be moved down the feed. It was a bit of work to get right. But over the last year or so, we've seen a change. And now it's pretty much impossible to spam your Facebook page. Same for Instagram. It's not really that common to spam your grid or your reels, whatever you're posting, because it's no longer about being social. It's now about being interesting. Because with the advent of these short form videos that, took off with TikTok, Facebook and Instagram are basically trying to compete. And they want all of these reels, all the short form content on Facebook because they know it works. They want you to watch the Facebook posts, the shorts. They want you to go on Instagram and watch reels. And they want you to stay there. Facebook and Instagram, both part of the metaverse, they get their returns through ads. That's how they make their money. And they can put ads on reels and shorts and make money that way. And they've started giving back to creators as well. And creators can now earn money on these platforms through their video content. It's an option of business pages. And if you go into, the back end of your, analytics, you can see monetization page. People can leave stars if they like your content, but you can also gain money from how popular your video content is. Or not even video, even just pictures or posts. If your content is getting attention, Meta will now give you a piece of the pie. They now reward more content, but they reward good content. Content that gets interest. And that includes crochet pages. I've got the option on my pages. Both my pattern page and Crochet Business School, I now have the option to sign up for these programs. And when I say sign up, it's really opt in. There's no minimum subscription like there is for YouTube, but the more interest you get, the more you make. Now, I've been signed up for it for a little while, and it's pennies. I'm not creating reels to entertain. I'm trying to promote my crochet patterns and my blog, so it's not geared towards that kind of an audience. But it doesn't mean you can't make interesting crochet content. There are crochet designers out there and crochet businesses who make videos that are entertaining. I watch some of them. It's just not my style. And they are going to have far more success with this new way of monetizing than I am. But in order to make that happen, what Meta have done is stop penalizing people for posting too much. You can not really spam either Facebook or Instagram anymore. You're not going to get penalized for it. As long as the content you are putting out is interesting and people want to watch, read, interact with, then you're all good to go. You can post as much as you want. It means, you know what? longer have to worry about their algorithm. And to an extent, you no longer have to go and interact with other people's content either, as long as others are coming to your content and interacting with yours. Now, of course, going into other people's groups and, interacting with people and getting to know people is a great way to promote your own content and a great way to get people curious as to who you are and to come and have a look at your page and everything. So that is still a valid promotional tactic. But now, social media is more interest media. What are you doing to get people's interest so that they come and interact with your content? That's basically what it is now. As long as you are putting out any type of content on these platforms that people want to view, get to know, interact with, and just stay on the platforms, stay on Facebook, stay on Instagram, and keep scrolling through the feed, keep scrolling through reels, then you're not going to get punished for it. You're going to keep going up the algorithm. You're going to keep going up the feed. The more interesting your audience finds you, the more they interact with your posts, the more often they will see your posts. And I found this quite a lot recently, especially the last couple of weeks. If I go and say search for something new, I'll suddenly start seeing this content appearing in my feed a lot more. And it's designed just to keep you scrolling, just to keep you watching. And it works because it sucked me in. I suddenly found that I'd wasted half an hour on Facebook when I was supposed to be getting ready to post something on my own page. So it's really quite a powerful strategy and it's definitely having an effect. It is on me anyway. But that's the point of it. It is changing really quickly. I mean, it used to be that if you had a look at something new, it would take a while to catch up and it would only show you lots of, posts from that new page that you went and looked at. Now, not only is it showing you more posts from the new page you went and looked at, it's showing you content that is similar as well and flooding your feed with it because the algorithm has gone, they're interested in that kind of content. Let's change the feed up. And all of a sudden, all the pages that you were used to seeing or all the other content you were used to seeing in your posts, it's all switched up. It's all changed round. And because it's all changed, it keeps you scrolling because every time you go past a post, it's something different, something new. And it's designed to keep you hooked. The other way this helps you is that because people are looking at crochet content, then the algorithm is recommending other crochet pages as well. And yours could end up getting recommended. But it's only going to recommend pages that are creating that good quality content that people are interested in. So, although you can't really spam now, what you are getting penalized for is creating boring content. So if your posts are not catching people's attention, you're not going to benefit from this new way of constructing people's feeds. You are going to have to put more effort and more thought into what you're putting out there. Because if no one's watching, no one's reading, no one's interacting, you're not going to see a boost from being recommended in other people's feeds, in other crocheters' feeds, people who have shown an interest in crochet content. So you've got to make it interesting. You've got to kind of take advantage of this new way of doing things. And it's not necessarily easy when you are a seller and not an entertainer. We're going to have to come up with new ways of keeping people hooked, of, bringing them in and making them want to read. We're going to have to work a little bit harder. It's not impossible. I'm creating little posts using Canva, just using the Canva TypeScript to make it what would normally be just a text post into a video. It's going okay. Not great. Facebook has changed massively for, little crochet businesses like ours. It's not necessarily the best place for me right now. And this is something I've really started realizing with all this new change. That doesn't mean I'm leaving Facebook. I'm not. My group, my little community that I've built, that is absolutely a place I want to keep, which means I've got to keep the page as well. But I'm not going to be looking to Facebook to grow my business. To maintain it and have a social media feed, yes. But I am going to be looking at other platforms because these changes don't suit my kind of business. They don't suit my kind of personality because it just doesn't work. Not for me. I'm not one who can, sit in front of a camera and become entertaining. I can educate. I can, talk about my products, but not in the way that's going to entertain people. I've started embracing Reels more. And if you've been following Crochet Business School on Facebook or Instagram, actually, you will possibly have seen those Reels. I've been posting them on YouTube as shorts. And that's the kind of content I'm going for now because it's quick to produce. And I can put that same video on multiple platforms. And for me right now, with the way things are with social media turning into interest media, that's the way forward that's going to get me to more people. Biggest bang for my buck, as they say, biggest return on my time. For my pattern page, I'm going to be turning to Pinterest. I've been on Pinterest for years. It's the better place for me, and YouTube. So I will post about my YouTube videos on my Facebook page and on Pinterest. But I'm going to be looking for those platforms to grow my pattern business, not social media. At least not unless it changes. The way these new algorithm changes are, it just doesn't suit me. It could suit you. But when these changes happen, instead of trying to fight them and complain about, how it's not fair, it just doesn't work anymore, you need to adjust and decide if it's the place you need to be right now spending your time, or if you're better off spending your time promoting your crochet elsewhere. And that's going to be a personal decision for everyone. And everyone's going to have a different take on it. Everyone's going to have a different reaction to it. But it is what it is. And until the algorithm changes again, how you approach this interest media versus social media is going to depend on you, your personality, your selling type, and how you feel you can deal with it. So this interest media is here to stay for now, but it does make things easier in terms of if you're the type that loves to post 20 times a day, you're not going to get penalized for doing that, as long as it's content that keeps people interested. It's a new challenge. These algorithms change all the time and we have to change with them, or we just kind of fade into oblivion. And it's going to be a personal challenge for you to decide how you react to that and how you move forward with that, with how you and your business work best. So thank you for listening. And, if you have any thoughts on this, I would love to hear them. Come over to the Facebook page and you can post your questions underneath the post for this podcast or any of the podcasts at all. And don't forget to sign up to my newsletter. You can do that at crochetbusinessschool.com/subscribe and click reply to any of the emails and I will get your question then. So thank you for listening and I shall see you next time for the next episode. Bye for now.